all four of their players alive in a very central shift. The circle just about to pop and will decide a lot of the momentum, because Doc has been stitching up this lobby.
IHC, usually in those final moments, that's when they start to decide that those placement points do be looking good.
Mighty tasty, mighty fine. S2G, they've been fighting valiantly. There are only 3 limbs this match. Suppressing IHC's position, but with the circle cutting IHC in, they're not going to have to move, and S2G is.
Mongolia at the moment seems to be a region all in its own. Now of firepower that's come out from this side is absolutely astonishing. 4MV, IHC in the circle. Faze as well as S2G attempting to move on in.
Tell you what, Blank, I'm thinking of something. Didn't Max call a winner at the start of this game? I think he might have done.
4MV.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
That's right.
Actually, it's kind of crazy.
That is kind of slick with it. S2G trying to get across the open ground. But it's not going to go well. They will fall in the face. 3 teams now remain with 4MV in a middle position. Looks like that prediction is getting a little bit better, but IHC now freed up by the lack of that S2G off angle on the west. Gonna have a chance to move over this hillside in a way they couldn't before.
And I think that the other thing you got to consider is the fact that IHC is not only picking up stalwarts depth crates, they're also picking up Alpha 7, so they have a huge amount of utility to work with. A lot of heals. Look at this, Damel's even running with a level 3 helmet, level 3 vest. He is stocked up. Just back from the supermarket.
Faze, though, I mean, you talked about this team, Blank, as looking like they might have a little bit of a resurgence. Maybe here's where they can find it. The team from Thailand. That's out right behind us. They'd be giving it
loonies, honestly.
A last-minute Andy.
Yeah, they certainly pop off towards the end. And I think the nice thing about Faze is that tournaments don't really seem to be all that important to them until the last 3 matches, apparently. And they do very well off the back of it, but it has been a real trek from this squad to get in. They're both the PMGC and now the top 5 position on the cards. 4MV, though, very much pincered between Faze and IHC. And IHC taking their time about this. Groza now picked up most players, level 3 vest, level 3 helmet. They are looking stacked. And the odds ever stacked against 4MV and Faze at this point.
I mean, look at the nades that are available to 4MV, right? That utility, dry as anything. They need value for it. I mean, we saw what value a nade can have in the previous Erangel match, where Stalwart were able to launch those nades, 3 high values on that engagement. Apex looks for a shutdown onto the low ground for Ventores. And that could change things. One of those nades expended now. A nade over to the back line. It looks like it nearly was going to take down Mormon there, but he dodges the knock fully. That one's good. That's the second nade. I think that's the coffers run dry unless they've got a crate that they were sat on to pull it back. Apex looking for the hold, but the flush came through. And Faze only playing on with 2 players now. IHC
not likely to let this one slide. They hear the fighting. They start to move in, driving over the top. Doc up front, though. The legendary player finally taken down. Raid boss out of the way. Joel looks over towards one of the 4MV players. That's all of them out.
And IHC start to step up towards the top of this hill. They've taken a knock onto Demo. 3 players standing. They are going to go for this res with Godless, but the nade stops it. The flush is there. A little bit of damage is tickling at the heels of IHC here. It's going to stop them from rolling straight on forwards. And they move in with Mormon. A nade in the back pocket. Alex into the back of the buggy. Hops out high, and there's a nade. The vehicle goes up in smoke, and it's a 2 versus 2. At the back lines, it's a little bit low, but the first aid pops. Onsens with the nade right to his face. Now the last man standing for Faze, and Godless wants to shut this one down here and now. It is IHC making their bid for the top of the tables. Stalwart claim it from